Dignitaries in the International Science Congress here, scientists, researchers, and esteemed guests. The title that I am going to speak today is Innovation and Mankind. Few days back, I was having a very important feeling of going to meet my grandparents. Do you also feel like that in some points of your life? Yes? Few more days before, I had a feeling I want to meet my great ancestors. And I was thinking, where should I go? After a lot of thought that I put into, the answer that I got was in the Darwin's theory, which says we all evolved from the same ancestors. And thus, to meet the great ancestor, I had to go nowhere else but to the zoo. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Darwin's theory is correct. We all evolved from the same common ancestors. But if we compare today where mankind stands and where all the organisms in the world stand, that has been a great difference. Throughout ages, mankind has evolved in a way no other species or organisms have been able to. When such a question comes to our mind, that why mankind has been able to go ahead where the other species are still left behind? And the answer to that is in a simple phrase. And that phrase I'm going to give you today. And along with it, we will describe how this phrase has differentiated in times, in periods, in eras, differentiated mankind and made them a notch above in every position in this history. And the phrase, ladies and gentlemen, is innovation and mankind. From the early life till now, there has been times where mankind innovated and step by step they moved ahead. And this step by step they started to become more and more evolved and in a better way compared to the all other organisms, which I would like to call the rest. And this phrase is innovation and mankind. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us look into all the innovations which have had an immense impact on the very difference I'm talking about. And when we look into them, we will try to understand how these simple innovations created vast difference. The first innovation that mankind made was by coincidence. It was the ape man sitting in front of his cave, and just by stroke of luck, he used two stones, and there it was. Eureka! We had fire. And the first difference that came was through that simple innovation. Fire. How did it differentiate? When other organisms started to change only to keep themselves warm, fire helped mankind to stay in the body, stay in the condition that he or she was born. Along with fire, one most important thing that changed was the way the human race cooked its food. When the all other organisms, the rest, were eating things raw, we started to innovate in our eating habits. And as we all know, food is what we become. And that first innovation, ladies and gentlemen, changed and took us a notch higher towards reaching the ultimate man. This brings me to the second innovation, something which has become an indispensable part of our life, something which helps us to move from one place to another, without which we will not be able to move anywhere. No machines will work anywhere. The very simple innovation, ladies and gentlemen, the circular wheel. With that wheel came bullock carts. With that wheel came rails, trains, trams, and even for the aeroplane to fly, it has to do a taxiing in the airport, which is not possible without wheels. The way it has impacted mankind, and thus it becomes chronological second and a very important invention and innovation that human race brought into. Ladies and gentlemen, we all love flying kites, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, in Gujarat definitely. Just last month we had a festival. One person who liked flying kites a lot was Benjamin Franklin. And it so happened that as one day he was flying a kite, he discovered electricity. And that discovery, again, took us to the next level. I am talking you to compare yourself with the organism, with the man, which was in front of the cave, striking stones to get fired. Now, he was having with himself the power of electricity. And just to understand the importance of electricity, remove electricity from your life, and you have this important innovation, which has changed. Took us not just 1, 2, 3, hundreds of notch higher than the rest. With the help of electricity, we had telephone. With the help of electricity, we had Edison trying out 1,000 times to find a solution, and finally in 1,001 times we had the light bulb, which is lighting our lives today. Yes, electricity has been an innovation, has been a discovery that has changed us completely. This brings us to the next innovation, which would not have happened without electricity. And as you are sitting here today, it is everywhere near you. I am talking about the computers. When Charles Babbage invented this machine, assembled in one place and able to do computation, able to solve your problems from one machine, yes, it was taking us a notch higher, again and again. This computer again has become an indispensable part of our life. Can you imagine your life without the computer? Definitely we cannot. And so, yet again, I take you to the number one position, where the same caveman was standing in front of his cave trying to get fire. And how we have changed, and how we stand in front of the rest of the organisms. When we had electricity, when we had computers, we came to the cusp of history, when we were waiting to get one of the greatest gifts mankind gifted itself. I am talking about Berners-Lee's World Wide Web. By sitting in a village in Gujarat, you can, through Wikipedia, know about any topic in the world. By sitting in this office in Pratham, you can tell about your customers sitting in the United States of America. This is the impact of the World Wide Web. Today, giving your electricity bill, having your tickets to fly from India to Australia, or your simple bus ticket from Vadodara to Ahmedabad, just a click away. And again, I compare yourself with that very caveman standing in front of the cave trying to bring fire. And you see how we juxtapose and how we have changed and evolved through history. And last, one of the important inventions that has happened and has become a part of our life, it has become an extended part of our body, our smartphones. And that has more to do with the Android software. As I said, what Charles Babbage bought in the computer, Android gave you on the palms. You now have the world in your hands. We have evolved, ladies and gentlemen. We have evolved and we have come a long way. But has it been always this good? Has the impact of science and technology only positive? Is innovation in mankind just a very goody-goody sentence? I have people in the audience shaking their heads. Yes! If we remember the events in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that very atomic bomb that dropped in Japan, and still genetic mutations affecting the lives of children till now. For generations to come, people have been devastated. atomic bomb has been one of the brutal innovation of man. Had that caveman standing in front of his cave, he would have been shocked that what I am going to start today, one day, it will start destroying my own race. This science and innovation in mankind has also given us guns, has also given us the bullets. We recently had a shooting in the United States of America. We are in the school. We are affected by terrorism, and what fuels that is nothing but guns, AK-47s. It has been called an arms race. That is also a gift of mankind. We go to the times of Hitler, when there used to be an oven called the Auschwitz oven, where humans were put inside a room and biochemical weapons are tried on them. What is that? Nothing else. An impact on innovation and mankind. We always have to juxtapose the benefits of innovation, the good it has done, and the impacts it has had on the same mankind which is reaping its benefits. Still, majority of the people in the world are living below the poverty line. Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poor. On one hand, people of the rich, children of the rich, have computers in their hands. On the other hand, there are children who don't have even half-piece meal a day to feed themselves. We might have become different. We might have evolved from the rest of the organisms. But it depends upon the positive use of innovation in mankind, which will have a positive impact in our lives. At this point, I would like to remember one very important quote by Robert Oppenheimer. Robert Oppenheimer was the creator of the atom bomb. And it was a series of experiments that led to the creation of this atom bomb. And when he created, and when he saw the impact that it will have on mankind, he used one phrase from the Bhagavad Gita. Now I become death, destroyer of this world. It all depends, ladies and gentlemen, how we are making a good use of innovation in mankind. I appeal to all the scientists, researchers sitting in this International Science Congress. Use your intelligence to better mankind. Use your intelligence so that we have innovation in our hand, which will have the same impact which brought the cavemen to such a height, and it will help the people living in below poverty line to come up to society. Save the world, dear scientists. Thank you.